Okay, so today this is our third part for module 2 slope deflection method. Let us see one more example. So this is our example 2. So the problem is a continuous beam ABCD. It consists of 3 spans. Okay, you can see in the figure the beam is ABCD. So it consists of 3 spans AB, BC and CD and is loaded as shown in the figure. Ends A and D are fixed. Determine the bending moment at the supports and plot the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. So see what is given us, the end A is fixed, end D is fixed. That means our theta A will be equal to 0 and theta D will be equal to 0. That is, slope at A is equal to 0 and slope at D will be equal to 0. Now there is no settlement of supports, so delta will be 0 everywhere. The deflection or deformation is 0 everywhere. So the unknowns are theta B is not equal to 0 and theta C is not equal to 0. That means for this problem, when you are considering the joints, the degree of kinematic indeterminacy is equal to 2. So you have one rotation at B and one rotation at C as the unknowns. So we know kinematic indeterminacy is nothing but the number of independent displacement coordinates. So here the independent displacement coordinates are the rotation at B and rotation at C. So kinematic indeterminacy is equal to 2 for this particular problem. So that means while writing the slope deflection equation, see our slope deflection equation is a displacement method or stiffness method. This comes under stiffness method. So here while you are writing the slope deflection equations, you will get all the equations in terms of theta B and theta C. Only the unknowns will be theta B and theta C. Okay. Now we will move on to the problem. See, with this basic understanding, we will move on to the problem. So our first step is step 1 to find the fixing end moments. So step 1 is find the fixed end moments. So we have 3 spans, right? We have 3 spans, span AB, span BC and span CD. So first of all, we will take the span AB. So for the span AB, so this is A, B and we have a 2 kilonewton per meter and the span length is 6 meter. So we know the fixed end moment means we have to assume all the supports as fixed supports. So see, already we know, see, when you are taking the section anywhere on AB, the left anti-clockwise. The left will be anti-clockwise and right will be clockwise. So this will be your fixed end moment at A and here your moment will be like this. This is MF AB and this is MF BA. So MF AB will be minus negative anti-clockwise and MF BA will be positive clockwise. So MF AB will be equal to minus WL square by 12. So we will get this as minus 2 into 6 square divided by 12. So we get minus 6 kilonewton meter. So this is minus 6 kilonewton meter. Now similarly, MFBA, that is fixed end moment at B when the far support is A, will be equal to plus WL square by 12. So we get plus 2 into 6 square by 12 we get it as 6 kilonewton meter. Now we will move on to the second span. See, second span is BC. Second span is BC. We have a 5 kilonewton at a distance of 3 meter from B, and the span length BC is 5 meter. So second span is BC. So we will assume all our supports as fixed supports. So this is B, support C. We have a 5 kilonewton load at a distance of 3 meter from B, and this total distance is 5 meter, so that our fixed end moments, the formula is MFBC. See here at B you will have anti-clockwise and at C you will have a clockwise moment. So MFBC will be equal to minus WAB square by 12, and MFCB will be equal to plus WA square B by, so this is not 12, this is L square, minus WAB square by L square. So plus WA square B by L square. So what we get is, that is equal to minus, our load is 5 kilonewton. So 5 into A is 3. Therefore B is 2. 2 square divided by 5 square. So MFBC will be equal to minus 2.4 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MFCB will be equal to plus 5 into A square is 3. A is 3. So 3 square into 2 divided by 5 square. So we get MFCB as 3.6 kilonewton meter. Okay. Now we have one more span, that is span CD. So span CD is 5 meter and we have a concentrated load of 8 kilonewton at the mid span. So we will find the fixed end moments for this span, that is span CD. So span CD, we have a 8 kilonewton load at a distance of 2.5 meter from C, and the span length is 5 meter. So our formula is MFCD will be equal to minus WL by 8, and MFDC will be equal to plus WL by 8. So we get W is 8, 8 into length is 5 divided by 8, we get minus, so minus 5 kilonewton meter, and MFDC will be equal to 8 into 5 by 8, we get it as 5 kilonewton meter. So first step is over. So first step is finding the fixed end moments. Now we will move on to the second step. Second step is the fixed end moments. We have to write the slope deflection equation. That is our step 2. So we will move on to our step 2. Step 2 is we have to write all the slope deflection equation. So writing the slope deflection equation, we will consider each span. So every span will have two slope deflection equation. First of all, we will consider the span AB. So for the span AB, we have MAB will be equal to 2 EI by L into 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L plus MFAB. So we know theta A is fixed support, right? A is fixed support. So that means this value theta A is equal to 0. There is no slope at A. So this becomes 0. There is no settlement of support. There is no deformation in the span AB. Therefore, this delta becomes 0. So this term becomes 0. So what we get is MAB is equal to 2EI by L into theta B. And our I, see for the span AB, it is I. Okay. And MFAB, the fixed end moment MFAB is minus 6 kilonewton meter. So we will write minus MFAB is minus 6 kilonewton meter. We will write minus 6. So this is our equation number 1. Sorry, we have to substitute L also. So L is 6 meter. For the span AB, the length is 6 meter. So this is our equation number 1. Now we will write the slope deflection equation for MBA. So MBA is equal to 2EI by L by 2 theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta by L plus MFBA. See, BA means the near end is B and the far end is A. That is the meaning of that. So here A is fixed support. So there is no slope at A. So this becomes 0. We do not have any deformation. So this term becomes 0. So our second slope deflection equation is MBA is equal to 2E, I is I here, divided by L is 6 into 2 theta B plus MFBA is plus 6. So plus 6. So this is our equation number 2. So now the span AB is over. Now we have to consider the span BC. So while considering the span BC, see theta B not equal to 0, theta C not equal to 0. This BC, the span length is 5 meter and I is 2I here. The moment of inertia over the span BC is 2I. So we have to replace I by 2I. So we will take the span BC. So for the span BC, our M moment BC will be equal to 2EI by L into 2 theta B plus theta C minus 3 delta by L plus MFBC. So MBC will be equal to 2E into this I is 2I. Length of the span BC is 5 meters. So 5 into 2 theta B plus theta C. Now this deflection is equal to 0 plus moment, fixed end moments. F means fixed. So fixed end moment of BC, MFBC. MFBC we have calculated it as minus 2.4 kilonewton meter. So it is minus 2.4. This is minus 2.4. This is our equation number 3. Now, MCB is equal to 2EI by L into 2 theta C plus theta B minus 3 delta by L plus MFCB. So MCB is equal to 2E For the span BC, I is 2I divided by L is 5 meter. 2 theta C plus theta B, this becomes 0, there is no deformation, plus MFCB. MFCB we have already calculated as 3.6 kilonewton meter. So it is plus 3.6. This is our equation number 4. Now, we will take the next span. So, our third span, that is span CD. So, we know, see, while we are considering the span CD, C is symbol support and D is fixed support. That means theta D is equal to 0. And here also the I is replaced by I. The span length is 5 meter. So now we will write the slope deflection equations. So for span CD, MCD is equal to 2EI by L into 2 theta C plus theta D plus minus 3 delta by L plus MFAB. So MCD is equal to 2EI is I. So I by 5. Span length is 5. Theta C is not equal to 0. So 2 theta C. Theta D, it is fixed support. So there is no rotation or slope. So theta D is equal to 0. There is no deformation. This is equal to 0. Plus MFAB is, it is minus 5 kilonewton meter. We have already found it. MFCD is minus 5 and MFDC is plus 5. So it is minus 5. This is our equation number 5. Now, we have MDC is equal to 2EI by L into 2 theta D plus theta C minus 3 delta by L plus MF, this is not AB, CD, MFDC. So we get MDC is equal to, see, D is fixed support, so this is 0. Deformation, there is no deformation, so this is 0. We get 2EI by L into theta C plus MFDC is 5. So plus 5, this is our equation number 6. Now see, we have 6 equations. In all the 6 equations, the left side it is the end moments, MAB, MBC, like that. And all the right side of the equation, our equations are in terms of theta B and theta C. Theta B and theta C. Okay, so we have two unknowns, theta B and theta C. So for these two unknowns, we need two more equilibrium equations to solve all these 6 equations. We need two more equilibrium equations. Okay. So we have to write the equilibrium equations of joints. Only then we will be able to find what is theta B and theta C. So now our step 3 is writing the equilibrium equations. That will be our step 3. So step 3, we will write the equilibrium equations. So these equations are called equilibrium equations of joints. Equilibrium equations of joints. So we have two intermediate joints, joint B and joint C. So at B, see, you can see here in the diagram, we have two intermediate joints, B and C. So at B we will have our moments like this, and at C also we will have a moment like this, right? So at B this is MBA and this moment will be MBC. At C we will have MCB and MCD. So one is anti-clockwise, one is clockwise and the other one is anti-clockwise at B. At C also one will be clockwise and the other one will be anti-clockwise. So when you take the sum of these two, you will get the total moment equal to 0. That means MBA plus MBC will be equal to 0 and MCB plus MCD will be equal to 0. See, this is the equilibrium equation of joints. So we will write here now. Our equilibrium equations are at joint B. At joint B, MBA plus MBC will be equal to 0. This is our equation number 7. And at joint C, MCB plus MCD will be equal to 0. This is our equation number 8. Now, actually this MBA is our second equation and MBC is our third equation. MCB is our fourth equation. MCD is our fifth equation. That means our equation number 2 plus equation number 3 is equal to 0 and equation number 4 plus equation number 5 is equal to 0. These equations 2, 3, 4, 5 are the equations from slope deflection equation. So solving these 8 equations, okay. So now we have 2 more equations, 7 and 8. So solving these equations, we can solve these equations so that we get MAB will be equal to minus 6.67 kilonewton meter. MBA is equal to 4.64 kilonewton meter. MBC is equal to minus 4.64 kilonewton meter. See, that is our condition, MBA plus MBC. These are joints B. MBA plus MBC will be equal to 0. That is 4.64 minus 4.64. Now, MCB equal to 3.99 kilonewton meter. MCD is equal to minus 3.99 kilonewton meter and MDC will be equal to 5.5 kilonewton meter. So these are our end moments. These are our end moments. So once we obtained the end moments, we can draw our bending moment diagram. Okay. So remember the values minus 6.67. At B it is 4.64. At C 3.9 and at D 5.5. Now we will draw our bending moment diagram. So before drawing the bending moment diagram, we have to draw the free bending moment diagram, right? So for AB, CD, when we draw free bending moment diagram, since AB is UDL, okay. So this is A, B, C and D. So AB span AB is, we have an UDL. So this is, here we have the bending moment is WL square by 8. That is, we know how to draw the free bending moment diagrams. We have already studied this earlier, right? So here the maximum bending moment will occur at the center. So it is 9 kilonewton meter. And for the span BC, it is the maximum will occur at the point where the concentrated load acts, and that is equal to 6 kilonewton meter. And thus here it is 10 kilonewton meter. And our fixing end moments are 6.67 minus 6.67 at A. At A it is minus 6.67. At B it is 4.64, 4.64. At C it is 3.99, 3.99, and at D it is 5.50, 5.50. Now listen. At A, see MAB is anti-clockwise, right? MAB is anti-clockwise. So, while you are drawing the, see how can you easily draw the bending moment diagram? When you are drawing the anti-clockwise, see it touches like this, right? It touches like this. That means this moment is negative moment. When you are taking this section, the left anti-clockwise. So it is 6.67 here. Now, for at B, it is minus 4.64 and plus 4.64. So here it is, we will draw it later. So this is negative. These are negative bending moments. These are negative bending moments. And the positive bending moments are, see these at these portions of the spans, you have positive bending moments. Now, see how will we mark our bending moment? This like this. So this is our span A, B, C and D. At A, we have a negative bending moment. That is, when you are taking the section AB, our bending moment is like this at A. At B, we have a clockwise and an anti-clockwise bending moment. At C, we have a clockwise and anti-clockwise bending moment. And at D, we have a clockwise bending moment, right? So we should be very careful while drawing the bending moment diagram. So at A, it is anti-clockwise. At B, BA is clockwise. BC is anti-clockwise. At C, CB is clockwise and CD is anti-clockwise. And at D, DC is anti-clockwise. That means, see everywhere at the support. See, you take a section at AB, it is negative. You take a section at BC, this is negative. You take a section at CD, it is negative. That means everywhere at the supports we have negative bending moments. That is the meaning of this. Now, how will we draw the bending moment deflection diagram? See, from at this point we have a hogging. From this to this point we have a sagging. Now from this to this point between B, see this is support B, from this to this we have a hogging, and from this point to this point we have a sagging. Again from this to this point we have a hogging. Then from this to this point we have a sagging, and then we have a small hogging. So this is our deflection diagram. This is our bending moment diagram. This is our deflection diagram. See, bending moment diagram, you can draw it in other way also, how you have done in your first module. How did you draw that? You draw the simple moment diagram, draw the fixing moment diagram. You can add these both. You can draw this as a single diagram, or you can split this into two and equal to, you can draw the third diagram also. You can draw it however, whatever is convenient for you. Now we will see how to determine the shear force, right? So for determining the shear force, we will, okay. So we will draw the moment also. In addition to this given figure, we will mark the given, we will mark the bending moment also, what we have found, okay. So our diagram, our given diagram is A, B, C and D. So A and D are fixed support, B and C are simple supports. AB is 6 meter. We have 2 kilonewton per meter loadings on B. In the span BC, we have a 5 kilonewton, 3 meter. The span length BC is 5 meter and the span length CD is 5 meter. In the span CD, we have a 8 kilonewton loading at the center span, that is at a distance of 2.5 meter from C. So now we have already found the end moments also, right? Final end moments. So we will mark that also. So our final end moments are, here it is minus, right? Anti-clockwise. So this is 6.67. Here we have 4.64. At B we have the moment as 4.64. At C we have a moment of 3.99 and at D we have a moment of 5.5 clockwise, right? Now we need to find what is RA. We have the reaction RA, RB, RC and RD. So we will be using the conditions of equilibrium, right? So here we will draw the shear force. Okay, this is to draw the shear force diagram. Now we will take the joints B and C. So first of all, we will consider the joint C. You take the right of C. When we are considering the equilibrium to the right of C, it is RD into 5 minus 5.5. This is minus 5.5. You are taking the section to the right of C. So it is minus 5.5 minus 8 into 2.5 plus 3.9. We have to consider, see, when we are taking the section here, we have to consider this moment, not this moment, only this moment, okay. So this moment, when we are considering this moment, it is to the right of C. So right anti-clockwise is positive. So it is plus 3.99 is equal to 0. I repeat, RD into 5 minus 5.5 minus 8 into 2.5 plus 3.99 equal to 0. So you get RD is equal to 5.9 kilonewton. We'll write, we are taking the equations to the right of C. So when we are considering the right of C, we get RD into 5 minus 5.5 minus 8 into 2.5 plus 3.99 equal to 0, from which you get RD is equal to 5.9 kilonewton. Okay, so RD is equal to 5.9 kilonewton. Now we will take to the right of B. See, when we are considering to the right of B, we have RD into 10. RD into 10 minus 5.5 minus 8 into 7.5. Now this gets cancelled, right? This 3.9 plus 3.9 and minus 3.9 get cancelled. Plus RC into 5. Now this minus 5 into 3 plus 4.64. We have to consider this. Plus 4.64 equal to 0. We get RC equal to 3.37 kilonewton. Okay, we'll write here. We are considering the right of B. So while considering the right of B, it is RD into 10 minus 5.5 minus 8 into 7.5 plus RC into 5 minus 5 into 3 plus 4.64 equal to 0, from which we get RC is equal to 3.37 kilonewton. Now we will consider the span to the left of B. That is easy to consider. Left of B. You can consider the right of A. You can consider the left of C. Anyway, so it is your wish. It is your choice. Now I will consider the left of B. So when considering the left of B, this is left of B, left anti-clockwise is negative. So minus 6.67 plus RA into 6 minus 2 into 6 into 3 plus 4.64 is equal to 0. So we get RA is equal to 6.33 kilonewton. Okay. So I will consider the left of B. So what I get is RA into 6 minus 6.67 minus 2 into 6 into 3 plus 4.64 is equal to 0, from which I get RA is equal to 6.33 kilonewton. Now we know upward reactions is equal to downward loads. So RA plus RB plus RC plus RD is equal to 2 into 6 plus 5 plus 8. So we get RB is equal to 9.4 kilonewton. Okay, now we can draw the shear force diagram. So RD is 5.9, RC is 3.37 kilonewton, RB is 9.4 kilonewton and RA is 6.33 kilonewton. Now we can draw the shear force diagram. See at A, RA is 6.33. So it is 6.33 and till B we have an UDL of 2 kilonewton. So total load is 2 into 6, that is 12. So 6.33 minus 12 we get minus 5.67. So here at B it is minus 5.67. So we will okay, it is minus 5.67. Then at B, RB is 9.4. So 5.67 minus 5.67 plus 9.4, we get 3.73. So it is a plus 3.73. Then up to this point, we do not have any load. So it is a straight line. Then it is 3.73 minus 5. We have a 5 kilonewton concentrated load. So 3.73 minus 5, it is minus 1.27. So minus 1.27. Then up to C, we do not have any loads. At C, RC is 3.37. So it is minus 1.17 plus 3.37. We get to 2.1. So at C, it is 2.1. Now, at this point, there is an 8 kilonewton load. So, 2.1 minus 8. it is minus 5.9. So 5.9. Now up to D we do not have any load. RD is equal to 5.9. So minus 5.9 plus 5.9, we get it as a 0. So this is our shear force diagram. So our aim is to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for the given problem. So what is important is, first of all, find what is kinematic indeterminacy, what are the unknowns, find the fixed end moments, write the slope deflection equations, write the joint equilibrium equations, solve and find the end moments, draw the bending moment diagram, draw the deflection diagram, then using the bending moments, fixing moments, fix the last final end moments, you can use the equilibrium equations, static equilibrium equations, and find the reactions at the supports, and after finding the reactions we can draw the shear force diagram. So thank you for today. Thank you for listening.